Context: my parents divorced when I was 10 years old, and I have two sisters, one older and one younger. When my parents divorced, me and my sisters lived with my mom. Throughout the years, my older sister and I have struggled with communication. I would share life updates. She wouldn't, I would stop. She would cry to me saying we need more communication. I feel guilty, and the whole cycle would start again. Fast forward to 2020, I had shared that I was seeing someone. I asked her for details in return, and she told me that she had been seeing someone on and off for years, but this time it was completely off as they fundamentally disagreed on marriage. Fast forward again to 2022, I had started speaking to someone that was the one. In mid-2022, I told my mom and siblings. My older sister told me that she was also seeing someone, the same guy from 2020. I asked who had compromised on the marriage principle and was met with, "We're taking it a day at a time." I had told my sister I was thinking about telling the wider family, and she had said to go for it, but that she would not be doing the same anytime soon. I told my family, who were overjoyed. 2 days later, my sister drove home and told the family about her boyfriend. 2 weeks later, she introduced him to my family and said to an aunt, "She might have told you first, but I beat her to introducing the partner." Around the same time, my sister's boyfriend's mom fell unwell and didn't have very long left. My sister started introducing her to my entire family, and plans were made coincidentally whenever I wasn't at home. I had attempted to meet her several times, but I was always met with "she isn't up for it today," or "we'll let you know when suits." I tried to make an effort with my sister's partner during 2022. I organized a day out with the siblings, which I thought had gone well, despite my sisters saying they felt an obligation to attend rather than a want. Partner and I aren't keen on social media. Neither of us post often, and we made the decision that neither of us would post about our relationship until we were engaged. We shared these wishes with my family. My sister is an avid Instagram poster, and in October 2023, she was finally allowed to post about her and her boyfriend after he felt comfortable. Late October 2023, my sister posted a photo of me and my partner, despite my wishes not to be posted. Me and my sister have 175 mutual friends and family members who would have seen the post. She refused to take the photo down and even pinned it to her profile, and whenever questioned why she wouldn't take it down, she stated she was doing things that made her happy and that I didn't care about her happiness. After that, we stopped talking for a while as I felt my boundaries had been disrespected, and my boyfriend felt the same. She also decided to block me on Instagram, and my boyfriend, who she didn't even follow in the first place, to protect her peace. Till then, I had made a decent effort with her boyfriend. I didn't see him often though. In January 2024, I found out that my sister's boyfriend had removed me from his Instagram stories unprovoked. My sister was still hostile with me, and anytime we spoke, she would tell me that I didn't want her to be happy, despite us not speaking for months and me being happier for it. In February 2024, my boyfriend proposed to me, and it was the happiest day of my life. I shared the news with my entire family, and the only person who ignored the news was my sister, who replied 36 hours later with the message, "Congrats." Throughout February and July, there were several occasions when my sister and her boyfriend planned family outings and didn't tell me. I always found out through other family members and was invited by the other family members who felt it was unfair to keep me out. April 2024, me, my family, and our closest family friends had a staycation at Center Parcs. I overheard a family friend asking my sister when it would be her turn to get engaged, to which she replied, "Oh, we're not rushing it like other people have, we want to do it right," which felt bizarre. I know my sister has always wanted to be married, and I know her boyfriend has never wanted to be married, but I felt she was projecting onto my relationship. Shortly after this, my sister's boyfriend's mom passed away. I never got the chance to meet her, as my requests were always refused. I had planned to go to the funeral to pay my respects. Our engagement ceremony took place in July 2024. We had a strict 100 people limit. My immediate family spans 48 people, and my fiancé's immediate family spans to 45 people. We then added on a few of our closest friends who are family to us. I decided to cut my sister's boyfriend from the list. At this point, I had only met him 3 times in my life. I had no relationship with him and hadn't spoken to him for 6-7 months. The engagement ceremony wasn't part of his culture, and I was the least close to him. April 2024, my sister confronted me about her boyfriend being invited. I had said that he wasn't invited as I didn't have a relationship with him, and we had tight numbers for the ceremony. She went crazy and started screaming about how I wanted to rip her relationship apart, and I've never wanted to see her happy. I told her it was nothing to do with that, and I was happy if she was happy, but I had to make tough decisions. I told her that I had not yet told her boyfriend, as I felt it wasn't the right time. I told her not to say anything to him, and that I would be messaging him at the right time. 15 minutes later, she was in the bathroom on the phone to him and telling him that me and my fiancé didn't like him or want anything to do with him. She then refused to come out of the bathroom until me and my fiancé left. After this, I sent a message to him, explaining the situation and apologizing profusely for the timing of it, and explaining how I hadn't wanted things to come about like this. I also reassured him that he would be invited to the much more important events, e.g. the wedding and pre-events. He responded with the most disrespectful message I've ever received in my life. Called me immature and childish, brought my job into the message, and threatened to come round and sort my fiancé out in his own way if he ever spoke to my sister again. He ended the message by saying he would not be engaging in conversations, meetings, or greetings with me and my fiancé again, and since then, he has not spoken to me. He has stayed in my home and refused to acknowledge my presence. He comes to family gatherings and walks straight past me. He treats me like a ghost whilst being completely friendly with my family. He has been acting this way since April 2024, and it has never failed to make me feel anxious and uncomfortable in my own home. My sister decided not to attend my engagement ceremony as she wanted to support her partner. At the same time, she told me I was evil as I failed to acknowledge her boyfriend as family. I explained that he didn't feel like family to me as he ignored my presence and couldn't even say hi to me in my own house. My sister has also ignored my fiancé since that day and refuses to say hi to him. Flash forward to now, my wedding is in 2 months. My sister's boyfriend isn't invited as he has no place in my life, has never apologized for the message, and does not talk to me. Me and my sister don't speak, and most of the time she's home, she also ignores me. My family is in chaos, and they say his message was out of emotion and that I should still call him. My fiancé feels he has no place at the wedding as he simply isn't part of our lives, his own choice. Last week, my sister messaged and said she wanted us all to go out, me, her boyfriend, her, and my mom's stepdad. I politely declined and said I felt uncomfortable around her boyfriend, and he treats me like a ghost, and I don't want to put myself in that situation. She said it's time to let the past be in the past, and nobody needs to apologize for anything. She said we are only uncomfortable as we let ourselves be, and we have to get out of our comfort zone to get over that. Disagreed and stated his message was on a new level of disrespect, and it wasn't something that I could just ignore. I would never speak to someone I had met 3 times that way, let alone a younger sibling of my partner. I had told my sister that there may be time in the future to make amends, but 2 months out from my wedding, I don't have the energy or mental capacity to deal with a situation that they have been comfortable with for the last year. She responded with the usual response of how I don't want her to be happy, and I stated that I have had to respect that she and her boyfriend have not wanted anything to do with me for the last 12 months, so they would now have to respect that I wouldn't want anything for a further 2. He continues to say that I am the root cause of all of the issues in her life, despite my life being calmer and happier when she isn't in it. When she argues, I constantly feel that I have to defend myself. She has also said numerous things in chats that she then refuses to admit were said. I have voice recordings of the conversations, and she still refuses to acknowledge that things were said. Yesterday, she told me that she isn't actually happy for me and doesn't want to celebrate me as she feels hurt that her partner won't be there. At this point, I don't think she will come to my wedding or events if her boyfriend isn't invited, but when I'm around him, my fight or flight is activated, and I feel over the edge anxious. Don't want to feel that way on my wedding day and feel like he's had a year to make amends, but has refused to until the reality hit that he wouldn't be invited to the wedding. I'm now 27 and she's 30. Her boyfriend is 33 and my fiancé is 27. Am I wrong?